Hearty welcome to all knowledge seekers to my channel. This is Dr. Madhusudan Rao Kadapa. In this video, I am going to explain about how the attitude of parents with their children will determine the attitude of the child and how the child will behave in future as they grow up in such an environment where the mistake is in parents. This video may be a lengthy video covering several mistakes which the parents in general do knowingly or unknowingly, and in order to create awareness among the parents about the do nots while growing their children, because it seems to be very simple when we look at the factors or the reasons, but the effect of such kind of behavior in front of or in the presence of the child will definitely influence, and the child as it grows, its attitude will definitely be based on how the parents behave in the presence of the child. Now let us have a look at these points one by one. The first factor or point is that argument between husband and wife. Naturally, in family, definitely there will be some misunderstandings, or there may be some problem which may lead to arguments among the husband and wife. But if the husband and wife in a family quarrel with each other, the reason may be strong or weak or maybe a silly reason, but still, if they quarrel, definitely either the husband or wife will try to win the argument. Suppose the child observes the kind of argument going between a husband and wife. Suppose if the argument takes place in the presence of the child, definitely the child will be affected. The child will be very blank and it doesn't know who is right or who is wrong. Naturally, during the arguments, both the parties, husband or wife, may bring in so many things which might have happened earlier. Maybe the mistake of the relatives or somebody else who are connected to that issue. As a result, what happens? The child will also develop a kind of attitude to win an argument. If the child develops such an attitude, then naturally, when the child gets any problem with some others, maybe in the school or college or anywhere, it will also try to argue and try to always win the argument. As a result, the child is losing friends or relatives or anyone with which the child will quarrel. This is very important. If there is any argument or there is any chance of argument, it should not be in the presence of the child. So husband and wife can sit together, they may have some privacy and they can discuss or quarrel about the issues in the absence of the children, and maintain the harmony within the family to create an impression in the mind of the child that its parents, that is father and mother, don't get any dispute or they don't argue for any issue. So child will also have such kind of attitude that not to argue with anyone or not to face any problem or to get such kind of a situation to argue or quarrel with others. Secondly, discussion on unethical earnings. Most of the parents, what they do, they will praise the neighbors or someone else who earned a lot by following some unethical means. And if the husband or wife blame each other, or a wife blames a husband for not being that much intelligent to earn by unethical means, or if either of them, husband or wife, expresses the feeling that those who are earning unethically or intelligent or more powerful, and those who are not earning unethically are weak or useless. Suppose if they have a feeling like that, and if the same is injected into the minds of the children, naturally the child will also get attracted towards such kind of behavior. And we are seeding a kind of attitude in the child that tomorrow when it grows, it also tries to earn by unethical means, or it will have a feeling that, the child will have a feeling that unethical earning is not a crime, or it is a very great thing. So don't discuss about those people, or don't praise such people who grown up in their lives through unethical earnings. This is very important factor. And coming to the next factor is that lying in the presence of children. Suppose some thing happened, maybe in the absence of wife or husband, or if husband asks a wife or wife asks husband about something which happened in the presence of the child, but if husband or wife lie with the other in order to escape from that situation, definitely the child will also have an opinion that okay, lying is not wrong. If child develops that kind of opinion, the child will also take advantage in certain cases where he or she will also lie to escape from the problem. Instead of that, suppose husband or wife or both be responsible and tell the truth which happened in the presence of child, then child will also understand that telling truth is the correct way or is a good habit. Otherwise, child will also take advantage. Or sometimes the child, if it is more intelligent, it will take advantage and go for blackmailing the parent, either of the parents. If the child observes something wrong with the father or mother. So parents should not give a chance for this child to observe or identify such kind of situation. Coming to the next factor, discussion about parents of both the parties, husband or wife, or any other relatives, about their weaknesses in the presence of the child. Naturally, a child which grows in a family will have some kind of opinion on each and every of the relatives. Suppose we the parents discuss about the weaknesses or their bad habits or any other thing which is irrelevant to the child, then there is a possibility that the child may have some negative opinion on those people, or sometimes innocently the child may express the same what we were discussed about them, maybe in some occasion or somewhere else. Or if these children when they meet, then if they speak something wrong about the others, saying like your dad is like that, your mom is like this, my mom told, my dad told, you people are like this, like that. So that kind of situation will be most embarrassing. And the others, the relatives or friends or parents, will definitely have a negative opinion on this child, or the child may also have some negative opinion on these people. As a result, there is possibility that the child may miss some relatives. And the next important factor is that complexities among husband and wife. Suppose there are some complexities, maybe ego or feeling of superiority or inferiority. Both are dangerous. Suppose either of the parent is having a superiority complex, then naturally one of them will try to suppress the other. Definitely the child will have a soft corner towards the one who is suppressed, whether it is dad or mom, and they will be attracted towards them and have a kind of hatred towards the other. Suppose if father is more dominant and the mother is soft, the child will be attracted towards the mother and develops hatred towards the father, or vice versa. And this is not good for the family, and the child should not have any inclination towards either father or mother. The child should have same level of respect and courtesy towards both father and mother. Then only it will be a happy family. Sometimes people may ask a child like, whom do you like more? It's a wrong question. Even if child says that I like dad, then no. Dad should say, no, your mom is great. Your mom is doing so many sacrifices for you. You should give equal respect and share equal love towards both mom and dad. We are not different. Unless the parents create such kind of opinion in the minds of child, the child will definitely be inclined towards either father or mother. That's not good for both of them. And the next one is bribing the child. In some families, in order to keep the child silent, or in order to make the child pleasant or happy, or in order to make the child to do some work, parents will bribe them. You do this work, I will give you a chocolate. You do this, I will give you 100 rupees. Or you keep quiet, I will give you this much. Or this thing, I will give you some food item or like that. If we start bribing the child to get things done, or if you keep quiet, I will give you my mobile phone to watch some games, or to play some games, or to watch some video or something like, then the child will get habituated for that, and every time the child will take advantage of this. And unless we give them something, they will not accept for any proposal. So if this becomes a habit, in future definitely they will become corrupted. So parents are basically responsible for this kind of behavior. And next one is the blame game. So many mistakes may take place in a family. Definitely, the mistake may be either from father or maybe by mother. Suppose in the presence of child, if either of these parents blame each other, this happened because of you, or this happened because of you, like you did like this, you done like, you have not taken care, or it is your mistake, like that. If both of them blame each other, then the child will also develop a kind of attitude that it is easy to blame others, so it will also start blaming others. So if the child doesn't accept any mistake, or if it doesn't be in a position to take the challenges, or even if the child get defeated, if the child is not in a position to take the failure, then the attitude of the child will be such that always the child will search for some reason for its failure without accepting the responsibility. So we must teach the child how to take responsibility for something. Yeah, okay, it is not my mistake, but still I take the responsibility, and I will do like this or like that to correct the problem. Then the child will also develop such an attitude to take the responsibility. If anything goes wrong, the child will also be challenging, and it takes responsibility, and it will learn how to resolve the problem rather than blaming the others. So as a parent, we must inculcate this kind of attitude in the child to take responsibility, even if it is not connected to us, even if we are not in that situation or in that picture. Still, if we take responsibility and resolve the problem, then that will develop the leadership skill, and naturally those who take responsibility for something will definitely grow in their career. Next one is the attitude. The child's attitude solely depend on the attitude of the parent, either of the parents. We are all aware that there are positive and negative attitudes. If our thoughts, our acts are always positive, then the child will also develop the same kind of attitude. And we must teach the child how to behave with others, how to behave with parents, how to behave with relatives, how to behave with friends, how to behave in the society, and how to take the things positively, and how to ignore negative factors. Suppose a child complains about his or her friend, or maybe a classmate, saying like she does like this, he does like this, he is bad. Then the parent should not say that yeah, he is bad or she is bad, don't sit beside him or don't talk to him, like that. No, everyone will have some weakness. Ignore the weaknesses, or forget about all those things. These are all silly things. Be friendly. Even if your friend does mistake, you just apologize him, and of course you adjust, and you can continue your friendship like that, and don't say that he is bad or she is bad, like that. And we have to develop such kind of attitude in the children in order to make them more positive. And next is a very, very important factor, the busy lifestyle. Nowadays, in majority of families, both the parents are working. As a result, what happens, In a small family of one or two children, if both the parents are employed, they don't find time to spend with their children. They don't find time to speak to them or to find out what is there in their minds and what they are thinking about. Because children will have different types of problems in different age levels. That is from 5 to 12, before teenage. These children will have different kinds of problems, and they all, whatever they feel or whatever they experience, they always want to share with someone. If that is missing, they will become depressed and they will feel loneliness. Suppose if it is a single child and the child is left to some caretaker, then only caretaker has to listen to the child, and the caretaker may not be more responsible as a parent, and the caretaker may not listen to the child, or the child cannot share everything with the caretaker, and parents are not available. They are always busy. They don't spend time. You just imagine what is the situation of a child, and in teenage, very very crucial stage in the life of the child, where there is a scope for them either to go in right direction or in wrong direction. There must be a constant watch on the child's behavior, the child's friends and habits. If this kind of observation is missing, then the child doesn't know which is right and which is wrong. And caretakers may not have more responsibility on the child, and there is possibility that the child may get spoiled. However, the parents are busy, they must spend some time with the child. They have to get some information from the child by asking some logical questions. A parent must try to know what the child is thinking about and how its behavior is. This is very important. Next one is earnings. Nowadays, as I said, if parents are focusing more on earnings, and usually when we ask anybody why you are running behind money, they will say that simply we have faced a lot of problems and we don't want our child to face the same. That's why we are running behind money and earning more and more money. Do you think that money alone can solve every problem? Definitely not. And do you think that, because I am asking this question to any parent, is there any guarantee that if parents make more and more money, crores, millions, billions of money, is there any guarantee that their child will be in the proper way or may have good attitude and may grow in his or her career? There is no guarantee. If the child is good, the child may not require whatever you earn. The child, as it grows, he or she will earn whatever you have earned. So those earnings may be simply the dollars which may be in bank, but it will not give any satisfaction or any affection to the child unless the child has become commercial. Or if the child is in the bad direction, has bad habits, maybe smoking, drinking, or some other activities, then even if you earn millions or billions, there is no guarantee that the wealth will be preserved are protected by your child. So don't give importance for making more money. Rather, please focus on growing your child in the right way. That is more worth than millions or billions of dollars. And the next one is imitating others. In majority of families, what happens, the parents basically compare their child with others, maybe neighbors' children or relatives' children. If parents compare their children with others, it's a very wrong practice, and at the same time, the implication of this kind of comparison will be like the child will get hatred towards those with whom we are comparing the child. If it is a neighbor's child, this child will develop hatred towards the neighbor's child. Or if it is with relative's child, then the child will have hatred towards the relative's child. So unnecessarily we are spoiling the good relationship between our child and other children. Naturally, when we compare anyone with others, they will get anger rather than think about. They don't think about why they are comparing and what they are comparing. And in this universe, one must understand that every individual is unique. Your child may be bad or may be poor in some aspect, but may be rich in some other aspect. Every individual has a unique talent. As a parent, we must identify the talent of our child, and as a parent, one must support the child to grow in their passion or talent. So a child will have passion to do something, may have talent. Always the parents, when you think of making your child as a money making machine, then absolutely they will not show more interest in what you are interested. So don't make a child to do some course or maybe their studies or any other activity by force. If you are interested to become a musician, and of course in your time, maybe due to financial problem or maybe some other lack of facility, you might not have become a musician, but as you are interested in music, don't push your child to learn music if he or she is not interested. This is an example only. And if you feel that you are not able to become a businessman or maybe an engineer or a doctor, don't force your child to become a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer or any other professional or a businessman. Because you just think that if it is not possible for you, then why you are expecting some others to do the same? If you want, you can start doing it right now. Even if you are 40 or 50, if you want to learn music, you can learn music. If you want to become a doctor, you go for MBBS. Or if you want to become an engineer, go for that. But you know that certain things you cannot achieve after some age. But for that reason, don't make your child a sufferer or a victim. So these are all some of the important factors which a parent should take care and be very cautious while the child is observing us, because a child will learn 70 to 80% of the things from the parents through observation, not by demonstration. So a child, always keep in mind that a child, every child will observe, definitely observe the parents, how they behave. And the child will develop its own attitude depending on our behavior as a parent. And tomorrow the child will also act in the same manner as what we did. There are chances. So these are all some of the important factors, and in some other video I will come back with some important things which are needed in parenting in order to create great and very great generations in future, and to be the role models. And I mean to say that the parents to be the role models for their children, and parents should have the kind of respect and courtesy from the children. So it all depends on how we behave in the presence of the children and with the children. Thank you very much.